I've got to drop something.
Demetrius,
Yeah?
get off the game, go to the bathroom, and take a shit.
Who?
Now.
Let me think about it.
Bathroom and shit now.
No thanks. Maybe later.
Go to the bathroom and take a shit. I can smell you.
I can't. I'm too loaded down right now.
I can smell you shitting yourself.
And?
Get up and go to the bathroom.
Make me.
Go.
No.
To the bathroom.
Not yet.
Go to the bathroom. You're shitting yourself.
Not yet.
Well, hello SMG. It is another wonderful Sunday and another episode of The Update. But before I even get into this, I want to explain something. My day has not gone well. For starters, I was going to take my normal weekly trip to Meijer to buy groceries. I very much enjoy buying groceries. I do have my exercise bike that I just bought back there. I did 17 miles on that bike today. But anyways, on my way to the grocery store, I was stopped by a train that decided to stop in the middle of the road. Great, right? And I am a very spiteful man, okay? When something makes me angry, I have the patience of a serial killer. I sat there and I waited for that fucking train to move for over 2 goddamn hours, okay? It didn't move, but I proved my point that I will wait. I'm a patient man. And that's how you should be if you're trading stocks. You should be a patient man. Okay, trains, now I did not defeat the train. The train outlasted me. But I proved my point that asinine shit will not stop me. I am a patient man. And on top of that, to make things worse, I didn't get to go grocery shopping. I turned around and went home. And on top of that, my bathroom spider friend Edward has come up missing. So I'm a little bit salty today. I'm a little bit angry today. Because Edward was good. He was a good spider. He minded his business. But speaking of the bike, I did 17 miles today. This is the redemption arc of John Rocker, okay? I wasn't willing to go to the gym, but I brought the gym to me. So the redemption arc has started, and I did 17 miles today. I plan on doing 17 miles at least once a day, preferably twice a day. This is the redemption arc because something that I've realized, I may not be on top of the world that I once was when I made these videos, a year ago. I bowed out, I took a break, but there's a lot of new people here who maybe don't know who I am, or maybe don't understand that I am the best trader to ever exist. Not only that, I am better than everyone in this general on a physical level. I am better than all of you on a mental level, and I'm better than all of you on a spiritual level. If you take nothing away from this, other than this, understand that the first thing you will do is you will learn. And the second thing you will do is you will kneel. You will kneel to me and my beautiful Nubian queen that is Scoopsies, okay? This is my queen. Scoopsies will always be here with me, and he will always be a partner in crime with me. And we are going to dominate this general for generations to come. I wanted to get that out of the way before I got into the video, but let's get to the video. The SMG update, I Hate Trains edition. Go figure. Because I do hate trains now. Because it fucked my day up. But first of all, let's talk about the Threadly news. So the first piece of Threadly news is, let's talk about Twitter. Elon Musk has decided to change the name of Twitter and the logo. Now, we all had our guesses on what he would change it to. Unfortunately, it's not that exciting. He decided to change the logo to an X. I don't know what the autistic piece of shit's doing, but he decided that he is going to change the logo to an X. I guess more to come. So, the next thing is there needs to be an amendment made to a poster here. So the poster that normally posts "you're buying calls, right?" Anon. There's an amendment to this Anon. He posts pictures of this alleged porn star called Piper Perry. That's not who that is. That is a post-transition individual by the name of Les Claypool. Okay, Les Claypool is the original pre-transition form of this porn star that's being posted, and this Anon's, the woman that's posted should be referred to as the Primus poster because it is Les Claypool. It is not Piper Perry. So I want everyone to understand that. Maybe I can get a picture in here as a comparison. I'm not sure yet, but keep this in mind that anytime that woman is posted, Les Claypool should be posted immediately after. So, next up, ooh, it's hot. It's hot. Let's talk about the base stocks. And the first is been talked about widely. We're going to talk about PSQH. Apparently SPACs are back. This is another right-wing type SPAC, just like DWAC. SPACs are back, but not DWAC. Anyways, up 102.03% this week. I don't know what the end result of this is. I would just say shut up and buy. Makes the most sense because there is a cultural war in this country that is bleeded into corporations, and PSQH is leading the way. Keep this in mind. Maybe you short it, I don't know. Next up was not something that was not widely talked about. I only saw one post about it, and I decided to include it because that's a rare post like that sometimes works out. That is a company called Caribou Biosciences. Now they are up 8.52%. I don't even know what they fucking do. I read the description of what they do and I can't make any sense of it. So, but I only saw this post by one Anon. He seemed genuine. I would say take a flyer on this one, see what fucking happens. Who knows? Maybe we all make money off of it. And then lastly is LII. They were down 1.75% this week, but they go by the company name of Lennox. Lennox is a heating and HVAC company, heating and cooling. We all know that there are massive heat waves running rampant through the country. I am very lucky that I'm on vacation this week and I don't have to leave because we're talking here in Michigan, we're talking mid-90s temperatures. Just hell on earth temperatures with humidity. I'm gonna stay inside. I got my bike now. I don't have to fucking go outside. I'm gonna stay in the AC, but I think there's nothing but good things on the way for Lennox because we need more air conditioning because global warming. So I don't even see how you can lose on this one. Just fucking buy. It's a little pricey. I think it's like $300 a share, but you can't go wrong. Next up is the cup stocks. I mean, it's not even that hot now, but it's still hot. I'm still sweating. Let's talk about Tesla. Speaking of fucking Elon Musk, Tesla down 11.29%. His stock was doing fine during earnings. Allegedly, they beat on earnings. And then that autistic spurg, Elon Musk opened his mouth, and the stock nosedived 11%. Just like that, because that's what Musk does. Just if one of you guys in SMG owned a large company, you'd be doing the same thing. Autism doesn't mesh well with normal things. It's very well documented, and Musk is having a hard go of it, clearly. Between Twitter and Tesla, who knows what the future's going to hold for them, but they clearly did not do well. So, the next thing, we'll talk about SLV, silver. Who the fuck is still buying precious metals? At this point, if you don't want to hold cash, and you don't want to hold commodities, or you don't want to hold assets, you buy Bitcoin, you buy crypto, you buy Bitcoin, because silver is so heavily manipulated that I don't, especially out of all the precious metals, silver is so heavily manipulated that it's down 0.25% or 0.75%. I don't even see the point in silver. Don't ever fuck with silver. Silver is abundant, and there are better precious metals. If you're going to go that route, don't buy copper either. Copper's trash too. Stick with Bitcoin if you can. Don't buy shit coins. you're going to go the route to where you want to hedge the dollar, go this route. Or, not this route, but go Bitcoin. Just buy Bitcoin then. And another disaster due to earnings. It's Netflix. They were down 6.06%. They had their earnings back to making garbage. Typical Netflix, oversaturating the market with trash nobody really wants. They implemented the password that you can't share passwords. They're saying that's going well and that people are brushing it off. I don't know if that's true. I would stay away from Netflix because I don't really see a great future for them. Just my opinion, though. I'll try and make this video timely. And now for the Chad poster. So this is where we get into the nitty-gritty, the juicy stuff. So, first off is the Little House on the Prairie poster. Now, admittedly, I am 36 years old. I am very aware of Little House on the Prairie. I never watched the show though. It was one of those, I think Michael Landon was in it. It's one of those shows that I didn't really see, like how entertaining can this show really be? It's basically an SMG fan, a 4chan fantasy of one of you living with a trad woman in some country house, which none of you would survive that. None of you would survive that. Most of you, outside of playing Minecraft, don't know how to survive outside of your parents' basement. And that's fine. And if you fantasize about that, that's fine as well. But I cannot, I don't identify with it. But I appreciate somebody who's willing to commit to watching this show. I can only imagine how many episodes there were. And I always like the commentary that he provides along with the pictures. So you're on the Chad posters this week. Next up is a pleasant surprise, and I'm glad I'm not the only one. And that's the Elvis Presley poster. I am a very, very big fan of Elvis. I have always been a big fan of Elvis. He is an alpha, always was. He died the way that you're supposed to go out. Overweight, eating massive amounts of food, high on benzodiazepines and opiates, and you die shitting and farting on the toilet. That's the way we should all go out. Can't blame the guy. Lived his best life, spent as much money as he could, died trying to take a shit. Hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. My great aunt actually died on the toilet herself. So she has a lot in common with Elvis Presley. And, this is the way that I think the storybook ending of all of us here in this general is to die rich and pooping on the toilet. Or trying to, rather. And then the last one is going to be really controversial, but a lot of things have changed in the last week. Let's talk about Baggett. Okay, Baggett has embraced me. It's finally come to the point where he's embraced me and understood who to respect in this general. Now, he is a controversial figure. He has gone into the Mahjong general and VG and shitted it up. That's what Baggett does. But he's invited me to play Mahjong. I'm not a chink or a gook. Why would I ever play that? Chess exists. Why would I play Mahjong? But Baggett he's in my good graces right now. And I'm going to keep him there until he gives me a reason not to. So, but there's going to be a side story on this in just a moment. And in just a moment, we're going to talk about the Virgin posters. So, and this one pains me a lot. Because this one is a personal friend. We got to mention Bloomberg Anon. Okay, Bloomberg Anon is a virgin this week. He's been very rude to me in Steam chat. Very rude. I initially asked Baggett to be in a video. Baggett declined. Bloomberg Anon told me he was going to be in the video, and then said he didn't want to be in the video. And then he got really serious with me. He has a serial killer type hatred towards Baggett. And when he found out I was a Baggett supporter, he got very angry with me. He called me gay. He called Baggett gay. And he called Mahjong gay. He was very aggressive. He's been spending a lot of time working for, I will not give the name, but a very big Jew bank. And I get the feeling that he is starting to become the Jew. I can see it every day every time I talk to him, I can see it. There's a lot of fucking Jewish attributes coming out of him, and not good ones either. So I worry about him. He won't apologize to Baggett. He will not apologize to me, and that is not a good formula for being successful in SMG, in trading, and in life. So I just hope that Bloomberg now will find the strength to understand he was wrong, to apologize to me, to apologize to Baggett, and we can all move on and make money. So I'm sorry you're on this list, but you're giving me no choice. The next person, there's some stories this week. I'll tell you what. I've had a lot of extra time to spend in this general. The Virgin Escort A9. How could it have possibly gone wrong? Well, there was a virgin in the thread. I don't know what level of wizardry he was, or I don't know how much he had invested in intelligence and mana, but he was definitely on the wizard spectrum. He decided to finally pull the trigger and get an escort. Well, here's the problem with a lot of you guys, is you guys are too used to the death grip, okay? The death grip is what ends sexual relations. He said he was not able to keep his boner, not surprised. A woman that you have no feelings for, that just happens to get naked and you're supposed to be aroused by that. Some degenerates like Scoopsies love that. They absolutely thrive in that environment. People like me, not so much. I don't want to fuck a stranger. It's not for me. You know, maybe in my 20s, but I'm in my 30s. There's got to be more to it than that. But the problem is this A9 ended up, going soft. He said he didn't enjoy the experience. And because of that, I hope you learned a lesson that escorts and prostitutes are not the way. They are not the way. You should have gave yourself to God. You should have went to church to find yourself a nice gal who has not been completely corrupted by the devil's ways. But if you learned your lesson from this, and you can explain why you learned your lesson from this, I'll put you on the chat posters next week. But for now, you reap what you sow, as they say, and that's exactly what you did. And I'm sorry it happened that way. And the last, actually, I think I have extras this week. Oh, I do. Okay, that was one. No, I don't. Okay, thought I did. But the last one this week, there was an Anon that allegedly slept with a woman, and he enjoyed her company, and he was nervous because apparently he's a heavy drinker, and his mattress was stained with piss stains. Now, he did have a bedspread, to be fair, to cover it. He was nervous that she would find the piss stains on his mattress. That should not matter. Confidence is key. She says, "Oh my God, are these piss stains?" You say, "Yes, they are." And what of it? But he got self-conscious. He was nervous. Never be ashamed of who you are or what your apartment looks like, or if you have piss stains on your bed. But more importantly, the reason you're a virgin is because you haven't taken a flyer from my book. You keep a chamber pot by your bed. Okay, the reason why you piss the bed when you're drunk is because you're laying there, you wake up, you have to pee, but you don't want to go to the bathroom. You don't want to get out of bed, go to the bathroom. Well, there's an easy way to solve that. You merely have to lean out of bed, grab your chamber pot, per se, piss jug, whatever you want to call it, piss in it, and go back to bed. So I hope you learned something from this. Always keep a piss jug of some sorts by your bed. If you're a drinker, you'll never wet the bed again, I promise you. Because you'll train your body to just almost unconsciously wake up and grab that piss jug, piss in it, and go back to bed. It's a very bougie lifestyle, having a piss jug. A lot of people won't tell you that, but I'm telling you that now. So raise above the untouchables. Be that next echelon of human being. Rise up to the middle class. Get a piss jug, okay? Make your life better. So that is the episode for the week. If you'll excuse me and Scoopsies here are going to gamble online, as if I didn't lose enough gambling at Greektown last night. Yes, if I didn't, go into the Tigers game, which was a fucking overwhelming experience. Let me tell you something. A lot of you shut-ins like me, going to a sports stadium. I was on the second deck at Tiger Stadium, and it was so unbelievably overwhelming. The fact that I'm that high, I have a fear of heights. being that high up in the stands and looking down, and the stadium is so vast. Okay, so vast. You're in Detroit. All these massive buildings makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. And then being that high up in the stands, you're looking down on this gigantic field, and you're elbow to elbow with these people, and there's no way to really get out. Okay, if you're surrounded by people and there's no good way to get out. You can't run away. Like, you have to get up, ask everybody around you, hey, I need to get out of here. Now, the game itself, they got their asses kicked, but it was almost surreal. It was almost a surreal experience because I almost exclusively watch baseball on TV. What you see on TV is not what you see when you're in the stands. You know, when you watch it on TV, it's so very professional, and it almost looks like it's otherworldly, and that you think that the fields are massive. But when you look down in the stands, and you look at the field, you realize that it's like, well, it's big, but it's not that big. Like, it's a very confined area. It was really an eye-opening experience for me, and I didn't really enjoy myself. I was in a state of panic about 75% of the time of the game. General panic, looking around me, looking at the field, seeing like all these people around me, how steep the second deck is. You're looking down at a slope, and you're just like, oh my God, I'm so high up, and it made me super uncomfortable. But I think it was nice to get myself out of my comfort zone. I would like to be comfortable enough to go to another Tigers game. I went there with my cousin. My cousin insists that I go to a Lions game with him, and I think I would oblige to that if we're not sitting on the second deck. I do not like being on the second deck. I want to be on the first deck. So, anyways, I got gambling to do. I'm going to edit this video. I'm going to upload it. You guys are going to make a lot of money out of my suggestions, and you're gonna grow as people based off of my Chad and Virgin posters. So, anyways, we'll see you in a little bit. If you can't catch it tonight, it's going to be late. You'll catch it tomorrow. So, hopefully early enough to where you can make your trades. So, we'll see you.